Hello everyone, I am back with another review and unboxing. This time for, as you can tell, for Thunderbolts. I went to see it on Friday night and it was awesome. So yeah, I didn't want to take the time to actually pull them out of the box because it's kind of annoying and it's time consuming, and Instagram has like time limits of how long videos can be. But yeah, so first we'll talk about the pops, we'll show them off, and then we'll review the movie. So first we have Yelena. So come to find out, about 3 minutes ago, so you can tell, she has like the holes in the bottom of her feet for the stand. The stand doesn't fit. Uh, I don't know if that's like has happened with other people, or if it's just a little flaw for me, or like it happened in only a few boxes. But yeah, she can't stand up because her little stand doesn't fit the holes in the bottom of her feet. So that's cool. But anyway, so here's her suit. Her hair, kind of her dirty blonde, I think is what it's called. Her green suit. But yeah, she's the main character in this movie. She really is. And yeah, she works for Val until she forms the Thunderbolts, until she, unites them. Oh, it's got a little gun in the side. I didn't even realize. But yeah, so that's Yelena. Next up, we have U.S. Agent, or John Walker. So obviously he's in the same black outfit from the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He also has, I did notice this, it looks like another homemade shield, a black and red homemade shield. But yeah, we know from the movie that he's been having some marriage issues, and that, he misses the days of being Captain America. But he's pretty funny in this movie, I will say. I really like Wyatt Russell's performance of him. So yeah, so that's his black and red suit. The knockoff Captain America. Next up, we have Bucky. So he's a congressman in this movie, obviously trying to take down Val. And he's obviously got his arm, which is dishwasher safe. And he's armed and dangerous. Just kidding. Sorry, that was a Rivals joke. But yeah, so that's Bucky. I'll talk about him when I review the movie. And then we have Red Guardian. He doesn't have a shield, which I'm sad. But yeah, he obviously comes back and plays an important role in this movie. He has a little bit of an upgraded suit from Black Widow. And yeah, he's kind of just been out of the game for a while, kind of doing nothing. He didn't contact Yelena for a while, and she was obviously upset with that. But he comes back and, helps form the Thunderbolts. But yeah, so that's Red Guardian. Russian Captain America, we got knockoff Cap and Russian Cap. And then we obviously have Big Bad Sentry, the villain, along with Val too. But he's got his nice golden hair, his suit with the cape, which we'll talk about in the movie review too. But yeah, Lewis Pullman, I think that's his name, did a really good job portraying this character. And his suit was awesome. I really liked Sentry's suit. He's got the blue, the gold. Basically, Marvel's Superman. It's hard to deny that he's not Marvel's Superman. But yeah, so that's Sentry. So that is all the pops for Thunderbolts, at least for now. We might get a few more, like Ghost and the Void and maybe Val or something later on. But yeah. Anyway, let's now talk about the movie. So first, like I always do, I'll get my negatives out of the way. So one of my biggest issues with this movie was, and there weren't many, this was a really good movie, but we'll talk about that too, was I don't really feel that Bucky had that much to do outside of capturing them to have them basically be evidence. You could have took him. Yeah, sorry, can't English. You could have took him out of the movie, and I don't think much would have changed. Honestly, I just think he was there for fan service, just to be there. But yeah, in this movie, he is a congressman, which is cool, but in the actual plot and the events of the movie, I just don't think he had that much to do. So yeah, I feel like if you would have took Bucky out of the movie not much would have changed. Uh, my second complaint is I wish we would have got this suit longer. When that girl, I don't even remember her name, Val's assistant, hits the kill switch and he turns into the void, we never see him in the suit again. Like, not even when he's battling the void in his mind do we see him in the suit. He never wears the suit. He wears the suit for one fight scene and that's it. And I feel like that's such a missed opportunity because this suit is so good, man. Like, it is so good. It looked awesome. And again, he was an amazing character. But yeah, I just wish he would have been in the suit a little longer. And then, kind of like with Brave New World as well, I just feel like this movie was incredibly short. I almost feel like there was like 10 or 15 minutes of of the movie that was cut and that should have been in it. It just felt kind of short. It didn't even feel rushed, but the movie just kind of felt short, I guess. But yeah, that's it though. Those are my only complaints. Besides that, this movie was awesome. The chemistry between all the Thunderbolts was great. Val was a good villain, and so was the Void. You know, Lewis Pullman was awesome as Bob, as Sentry, and the Void. He was, charming and funny. Kind of just the random guy that got thrown into this whole mess and has to get out. So, yeah, the chemistry, though, between the Thunderbolts was awesome. It was funny. The action was really good, too. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but there was some, and it was good when it was there. And then, gosh, this movie, man, you talk about, like, mental health isn't something that, like, a lot of us talk about, especially me as a guy, I'm not, like, I can shove my feelings down and, hide my emotions sometimes, but, like, dang, this movie really emphasized mental health and what it means to overcome your demons, to overcome bad events of the past and not let those define you. And how do we face our biggest fears, our biggest traumas, our biggest problems? How do we deal with that, and what do we do to overcome that and be better? And this movie really had an emphasis on that, especially Yelena talking with Alexei on the street about how she was lonely. She missed him, he didn't call. And it was a beautiful scene. It really was. And then all of them, obviously comforting Bob, letting him know that they were there for him and that, he didn't have to be who he was anymore. Who he was in the past doesn't define who he is now. Marvel, with like the Punisher with Frank, Punisher talking to Matt, that scene, this movie, a lot of scenes in this movie, Marvel's been writing some deep stuff, man. Like, obviously, Marvel's kind of been known more towards leaning towards humor and being for kids, but, like, they've kind of confronted some dark, more adult themes lately in their projects, which is good. It's good. Yes, you can still be funny, and this movie was funny. Alexei was the comedic relief, and he did a great job. And there were a lot of funny moments in this movie. But they also really tackled some serious themes. Some dark, serious themes. Like, child abuse was something that they tackled. With Bob and his background. Drug abuse. Bob and being a meth addict and all that. So it really tackled some serious issues. And I was just like, wow. Like, Marvel has the guts. Disney Marvel has the guts to do that, So that was incredible. And Yelena, stand out, man. Florence Pugh's such a good actor, and she did such a good job in this movie. You can tell she really loves this role, and it was awesome. Also, Val was good. Seeing her basically try to cover up everything, get, the Thunderbolts to kill each other, and Taskmaster does die, which I haven't mentioned, but yeah, Taskmaster makes it about 5 minutes in this movie, and it's pretty funny. I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think this is Marvel's way of subtly admitting that, we screwed up with Taskmaster. We know we messed up. We're just killing her off to kind of sweep her under the rug and get that out of the way. Hopefully, Tony Master's version of Taskmaster is still out there. That'd be cool. But, I think that was kind of Marvel's subtle way of saying, yeah, we screwed up with Taskmaster and Black Widow, and she won't be back, honestly. But, yeah. And then, obviously, the end of the movie with the formation of the new Avengers. Yes, we've gotten hardly any Avengers talk in any Marvel project since Endgame, and to see an actual team of Avengers being established is awesome. John, and basically having like two Captain Americas, having Bob there too, which I'm going to talk about in one sec, is so good. The post-credit scene of them forming the new Avengers was awesome. I'm not going to lie though, the second post-credit scene teasing the Fantastic Four, all it did was just tell us information we already knew. We already knew the Fantastic Four were coming to the main MCU. So everyone was like, oh my gosh, guys, the second post-credit scene is so hype, it's so awesome. And I was kind of like, well, we already knew the Fantastic Four were coming to the main MCU. So it's not really that hype. Like, it's still awesome, and I'm still insanely excited for Fantastic Four. But I wasn't like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's go, because it's just told us stuff we already knew. I honestly thought, like, before the movie came out, when everyone was like, the second post-credit scene is so good, I thought it was going to be Doctor Doom. I honestly did. I thought they were going to show off Doctor Doom, but it was just the Fantastic Four. I was like, we already know this. But, yeah. So, with the future of Bob, though, if I were a writer, we learn in the post-credit scene that if he turns into Sentry, he risks the Void also taking over. Imagine that dilemma. Imagine in Doomsday, if the Avengers are getting destroyed, they're getting wrecked, and they have to make a choice of, okay, do we bring out Sentry and release the Void, risk the Void being released, and, risk having to fight the Void and Doctor Doom, or do we just not risk it at all? Bob stays Bob, and he doesn't help. That could be like a cruel dilemma that the Avengers have to face in Doomsday. Like, the potential with this character, with Sentry, is limitless. And I'm so excited. Obviously, we know that they're returning in Doomsday, but like, man, it was the potential with this character. So good. So, overall, to wrap it up, do I think that Thunderbolts is the 90% that it got on Rotten Tomatoes? Quite honestly, no. I don't think it's that good. That's putting it on the levels of, like, Winter Soldier and Civil War, and I don't think it's that good. I'm not saying it's bad, though. It is an amazing movie. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's on the same level as those movies, and a lot of it for the reasons, I listed when I listed my negative reasons of, things I didn't like. But, yeah, overall, I really did enjoy this movie. Do I think the MCU is back? Not yet. I think we've got to wait for Fantastic Four. If Fantastic Four is good, which it looks amazing, then yes, I think we can confidently say that the MCU is back. And man, that would be so good to say. But, yeah. So I did also pre-order Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Pops. So when those show up, I'll also be doing an unboxing. But yeah, I hope if y'all saw Thunderbolts, you enjoyed it as well. And yeah, I'm excited for Fantastic Four in a few months. So this year's going to be good with movies, man. But yeah, I'll see y'all later and hope you have a good Sunday. Peace out.